my name is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and I would like to welcome you to the How Boho Can You Go collaboration. Now, this is put on by Rach at RachandBella Crafts, and there's a whole bunch of great ladies taking part, one every day, so you want to make sure to check, and you want to look up, if you're not sure, just look up the hashtag How Boho Can You Go, and I'll put that on the screen for you, and so you can find all the videos. But each video, once you find a link to one in all of the Facebook groups probably that you would visit, then below the video text that you see at the very top is a whole list of everybody that's going to be part of the collaboration with links to their YouTube channels. Now, it would be great, and I think that you should do this, is to go visit each person's YouTube channel and check out their How Boho Can You Go video. Now, this is day 24, so you've already got 24 people that you can go back and watch, and you'll get a lot of great information. You'll have a lot of fun, and you'll see these beautiful kits that RachandBella Crafts designed. The first kit is called Bohemian Rhapsody, and it has all of these mixed Bohemian colored papers. You can see samples of them around here. Then the next one is Bohemian Butterflies and Beauties. Here's some of the beauties. And then there's also, obviously, butterflies in there too for you. And then Bohemian Girl, which is just gorgeous. Here we go. Which is just gorgeous. And then there's also Bohemian Backgrounds, which it kind of is self-explanatory. There's also freebies at the RachandBella Crafts coffee shop, and I will have the link to that, everything, below the video, so, and everybody. And like I said, make sure to check it all out. So that's that. Now, what we're going to do today is, I just got through making a giant boho journal, which I just thought I brought in here to show you real quick, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, it's like this thick, and it's got all kinds of fabrics and blingy stuff and sorry, silk and things in it, so I'm down to like this. So I was thinking, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Well, I have quite a bit of bling, and so I thought what I would do is do a Boho Bling project. Now, we're going to be using 3 envelopes. We're just going to make a trifold, and we're going to be trimming these down. I was really drawn to these 3 tags. Oops, I'll put that over there. This one, and this one. And I thought, what can I do to use these 3 tags? And then I thought, 3, trifold. Ta-da! That's what we're going to do. So, in order to feature each one, we're going to cut a window in each one of these envelopes. Now, why not use a business envelope, you might say? Well, A, the window's not near big enough, and B, I am terrible at either A, cutting out around the acetate part of the window, or B, collaging around the window. Neither one of those things are things that I do very well. However, playing with acetate and envelopes, now, that's something I can do, she says confidently. These are the papers we're going to be using. We're going to use a sheet of acetate. We're going to be using these papers. And then we're going to be using these papers as well. Okay? So I got these separate because these are going to be the back sides. These are going to be the front sides with the windows. That's why they're just patterns. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach the envelopes. Now, I know that seems weird, but it's the only way I can think of to do it. I've never done this before, and so we're just going to have to try it out and see. In order to do the method that I do and not have to cut out around a window, is you paper the front of the envelope first, and then you cut out the window. Then it's automatically papered around. So let's see if this is going to work. We're going to have to cut them down so that we can have the top of the envelope sticking, or the tag sticking out. But we're going to put them together first. We're going to fold them all up, and then we're going to cut them off all at the same time so that we know that they are all the same height exactly. Because, well, we just won't discuss why it might not be. So we're going to take the first envelope, and you can see why we can't paper them first, put the window in, and then put them together, because this would be on top of this one's paper. So we're going to undo the paper, or undo the sticky. We're going to get out some Fabri-Tac. That's what I use for everything. You can use art glitter glue or whatever you like. And hi, Oz. Our favorite little dog, Oz, has come in to say hello. And then you definitely want to get on top of this so that you can kind of slide it around a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to stick immediately. And you won't be able to move it around and get it where you want. I never get them perfectly straight on the first try. Never say never. So you put one on here like this, and you line everything up. So now you have this fold. And we're going to put this one on this way. And that will give us the other fold. And the reason we're cutting them off after as well is because we're going to cut one end off of two of them and the other end off the other one. And so having them all hooked together is going to be the best way to go. And it doesn't really matter what it looks like before we paper it, because we're going to cover everything. We're not going to use the pockets either. And we're going to glue the other envelope shut. The one that has the last one in the row that has the open end. I was going to make a piece of stationery, but then I realized I would have had to paper the flap. You know, I was going to use that pocket. So then I decided no. This one goes on here like so. I should change my name to Terry Acetate and Envelopes Lee. Alright, so now we should have a trifold. This one must be crooked. Now see, we wouldn't have been able to do this if we hadn't covered that stripe of sticky with glue. I wasn't sure exactly where it was crooked, so I decided to start over again. Maybe I'll flip that one over and lay it on this one. Now there's glue on this, so it's going to stick faster. That's why I'm putting so much on. Okay. And then I knocked it with my finger. Okay, so now we have our trifold. Okay, somebody's crooked. This one. The last one we did came out crooked again. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, and I really don't want to be here all day gluing this. It's so silly that it came out crooked twice. Yeah, because see, these two are folded flat. I'm going to use more glue on this than on a book cover. There we go. I knew I could do it, and the crowd roars. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut the windows in. No, we're not. We're going to cover the we're going to cover the papers. We're going to cut them to size. I told you I've never done this before, and I didn't write anything down, and you guys know I always write everything down. Okay, so we want it to be, I didn't have any shorter envelopes that were, I mean, I have shorter envelopes, but they weren't tall enough. So I'm going to want them to be, I don't want the whole top to stick out. I just want some of it. Now, I didn't ink them on the front. I didn't even want to ink the envelopes, but that just looked too white. And I didn't ink the front of these because I wanted to keep this salmon-y, pinky color around the edges, but I did ink the backs, and I printed on the back. Okay. So let's cut these off right here. Gives us a little bitty trifold. Could use that for something, trifold pocket or something. Now my phone is out in the living room, so I excuse the noise, please. Now I'm going to have to re-ink this real quick. I wasn't sure how tall it was going to end up being. Could have cut it off ahead of time, but then you guys wouldn't have seen me glue that flap 3 times. What fun is that? And it's okay that these are open. The whole point is that we want them to be open. And then when we close this one up, we'll take this off, but we're not going to close it up yet. Okay, all right, so we're going to use, let me set this stuff out of the way. I think we might be done with that. Oh no, we're not. We're going to have to ink the windows. So we're going to paper these. And paper one. Let's see, I'm trying to think. This is going to be our cover. I don't know why I'm writing that on there. I'm getting ready to cover it up, but it will help me while I'm covering the papers. If I do that one last, then I'll know where it is. So let's see. I think, acetate stuck to everything. I think what I'll do, actually, is I think I'll do this as the cover. So that means I can do this here. I want to paper the other sides of these. And I'll just do one And then I'll put you guys on hold and I'll do the rest off camera. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. You guys know how to put paper down. I would have cut them ahead of time, but obviously that would have defeated the whole purpose of the video. Because I would have had to glue them together and cut them off and do everything ahead of time. Okay. So then we're going to put this on here. Oh, I guess we are going to have to ink, aren't we? This was the most neutral that I could think of. I've got other colors that are colors other than brown that would have matched the colors, the beautiful colors in the kit. The kits are gorgeous. You can get them at the Etsy shop too, which is etsy.com/RachandBella Crafts. Okay, so we'll put this one on here. Today's the last day of another collab that I'm in. And we're having a drawing, and so everybody's messaging in the winners, their names of the winners to the group of us that are taking part, and so it's dinging over and over, and I put it in the other room, but you can still hear it. I apologize. Now, for those of you who haven't watched me before and are wondering what I'm doing, I put a lot of glue in the corners so that I can slide the paper around. Then I glue the edge because I'm using 65-pound cardstock. And it's from Nina, N-E-E-N-A-H. And the reason I mention that is because it's got a vellum finish. And it feels different than any other paper that I've ever used. And I just love it. Now, we're going to have to keep track of, that's what, we need to keep track of our top. We don't want any of the images upside down. So I'm just going to write this one down. My glue's drying in my hand. So we'll put this one on. And you see that glue in the corners allows me to slide the paper around. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, so let's see. Let's do this one. And then, since it's on the end, it'll be easier to do the window. And it won't take up so much time. Okay, this is going to be our cover. So I papered the wrong one. So much for the part about I'll do one. And then put it on pause. So I'm going to paper two. See if I can see my mark. There it is. I'm way over here at my trimmer. I have one of those great big double bar rotary trimmers, and there's no way to put it closer to the work area. Now I picked out a die that's rectangular. And it has irregular edges because I thought that would be better than just a regular square frame. So we'll see how that works out. Like I said, I've never done this before. Usually I do one envelope and I open it all up and I lay the die down and cut the window. So we will see if this works. If not, I'll be starting over with a new video. And guess what? You will never see the epic mistake that does not work. I'm still going to do a trifold, but I may start with one with windows already in it and then put it together, which you can't do. Actually. So, anyway, my little dog that came to visit, Oz, named after, of course, the Wizard of Oz, he's a Chiweenie, so he's half Chihuahua and half, well, weenie dog, dachshund. And he's so cute. He's about 10 pounds, and he's black and tan. He looks just like a miniature dachshund. People think that's what he is. I can't tell that he's Chihuahua at all, except for his head. His mother was an applehead Chihuahua, and I don't know if anybody knows what that means. If you don't, Google is your friend. It has to do with the shape of the top of their head looking like the kind of the shape of an apple on the bottom. Okay, this is our top. So I want to glue this on. Boy, this one's pretty too. They're all pretty. Okay. Anyway, so he's just cute as can be. But occasionally he'll get in here and he'll get a piece of paper and he'll run away with it and try to eat it. The other day I caught him with a piece of paper about this big. I have to make sure nothing gets on the floor. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to take this part off. And then it's going to be like cutting a hole in a flat piece of paper, because that's what we'll be doing. And it doesn't matter if it's a little wonky, because we're going to be papering over this back part as well. Okay, so we're going to get the die. Well, we're going to get the die cutter. A big shot out. And then we want the die, or the window. And this is the die I selected. Let's see if I can get it off of here. Thought I was being so smart paper clipping it on, and then now I realized it's probably going to get caught on the paper clip. Come on, get off there. There we go. So this is the window I've selected, which is pretty big. I may need to go down one size. No, it'll be alright. I was looking at the flap. Okay, so you want to put the window pretty much in the middle. I had a roll of washi. There it is. Normally I just slap it on there and go. And I actually, usually, I'm not, as far as how rigid I normally am about everything being matchy-matchy and here and there and where exactly here and exactly there, I don't really care if my windows are a little crooked. But this is so close, the edges and everything, that I think I will washi it down just a teeny bit. I hate trying to take the washi back off because it smushes it on here so hard. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to fold this up. I just moved it, didn't I? I'm going to fold this up, and we're just going to fold it right over it, and then we're going to cut it out. We're going to try anyway, because all the thickness is on the top. It's still only one thickness where we're going to cut. So this is an experiment. I've never done it before, so we'll see. When we get to that middle one, probably going to be a little tricky. I'm going to make sure it's going to fit through there, I guess, is the main problem. It's not going to fit. Well, let's see what we can do. Well, all right, let me put you on pause and I'll see if I can figure out something. Okay, so I did get it to work. It wasn't pretty. I tried to shim first, and then I ended up getting it to fit the way it's supposed to by turning my plates around a different way so that the curve on them, because mine are a little curved, went a different way. It cut through both sides from the pressure, even the back side of the blade cut. But we're going to paper this anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if it came all the way out. And a little tip, make sure your glue is completely dry if it's close to the edge, because it will squirt out. And yeah, you'll have it everywhere, all over your plates. So each one of these that you cut out, you can use as a card as well. All you have to do is separate the white from the back of it. And so now, let me put this away. We should have 3 windows that we need to put acetate on. Once again, I'll do one, put you on hold, and then do the other 2. So anyway, this is the way it turned out. I made a mistake cutting the paper, so this is our new, we're going to make this our cover with the flower. So what we need to do, I just taped that shut, didn't I? Need to get in there. And put it up here temporarily. It turned out a little bit of a mess, but that's okay, because we can cover our messes up with paper. This is where I had a little bit of glue seep through. There we go. And we're just going to washi this back together and then paper over it. Okay, so we've got these 3 windows to put acetate on. So you're going to have a big mess, but once you glue it back together, it'll be fine. So if you can see, what I'm doing is I'm basically taking the backs, peeling them off the envelopes so that I can ink and put acetate in each one. So now the first thing I want to do is I want to ink them all. And I know some of you are going to be saying, well, I would just rather do a business envelope. Well, that's good. You're not going to get this big of a window most likely. So that's the advantage to doing it this way. You can make whatever size window you want. You can put it wherever you want. You can have circles and triangles. I've made them all. And this was just very difficult because of the fact that it was 6 envelopes thick. And it actually cut through 2 layers at once, believe it or not. Or 4 layers, because it cut out these 2 windows at the same time without me even trying to do it that way. Everything's kind of damp. The glue where I glued the paper down got squished. It got squeezed. Okay, so let's get these inked. kind of like this as the cover anyway. I don't know. I'm gonna try to bling it up. Hopefully we'll have enough room. And I'm getting hungry. So we all know what that means, doesn't it? It means quit eating your breakfast, lunch, or supper in front of me. Depending on where you are, what time of day it is, where you live in the world. I know that people watch from all over. Europe, the UK, Australia. Never met anybody that's watched from Russia or anywhere like that. Maybe they, right now, the way things are in the world, that they couldn't watch us even if they wanted to. Okay, now we're going to cut acetate for this. I think I'm done inking. Okay, I want my red marker. So we're just going to start with one and work our way around. So I'm just marking the size so that it's bigger than the window. And it's kind of hard to write in here, but a Sharpie will write on acetate. And it will dry. If you use a fine, ultra fine point, it'll dry really quick. Move this out of the way. Got to figure out a way to get that glue off the plates. I try to switch around and switch my plates around, you know, so they don't get that way, you know, curved. But it seems like I always manage to get them all curved up. Let's put this paper clip back on here so we know where it is. Acetate has a habit of hiding on you. So we'll just put some glue around here, and I'll put you on pause again and do the others. Now see, this window's crooked. It came out crooked. But I'm not going to hold it against it. That's why it looks like it's torn out, right? I'm going to put it around the window. Put it around the acetate. I never used to do it this way, and this is the first time. But I saw somebody do it, and I thought, well, that makes sense. Okay. So we just put our acetate right on down there. It ended up being on the same line, so that shows you how close I cut it. Try not to put your fingers on the acetate with glue on your fingers. Fabri-Tac anyway. Okay, so now this one's done. And we'll do this one. I'll do this one, and then we'll be right back. So now they're all covered with their acetate. Now, I want to get this cleaned out. Some black shavings on my trimmer. And they really static cling to this acetate. I want to make sure that everything's clean. Okay, now you have to remember where the top is because we're not going to be gluing. You know what we didn't do? I didn't plan on papering the insides. Alrighty, here we go. I got 3 pieces of paper. Oh, brother. And all we have to do is cover the area behind the window, and you can see where it is because of the indent from the die. So all we're going to do is we're going to cover it on this side, whether this part sticks out or not. We're going to cover it on this side, and then when we close it and seal it, then it will be a-okay. Now we're also going to have to remember when we seal them to only seal one end. We need a pocket, remember? So let's do this real quick. Let's see. I slammed down one of those meal replacement shakes real quick. It's kind of made me sick to my stomach a little bit, so I guess we're going to have to hurry and get this done. Could be bad. Could be a very graphic video. Definitely made my nose run. There was chocolate in it. Okay, see that's going to cover that. All right. Let's put this under here so we don't get glue on it. I'm going to do the same here. Now I have the sniffles, which I probably had all along because it's allergy season. Now when we close this, we'll cover this one. Let's see, which ones do we have covered? This one we need to cover. We're probably going to go over an hour, but hopefully not by too much. Okay. Now we're going to close them back up. This is our top. So as we close them back up, we want to make sure that we leave the top open. So we only want to glue the bottom. And we want to glue along here. You know what? I really didn't want to do that. I thought I didn't want to. I don't want to narrow the pocket down. Okay, so then we'll do this one. This is the top. Glue shut the bottom. And then this one's kind of wonky because of the way the envelope tore open. Okay. And then we want to glue. Now I know we've only done 2 of 3, right? Yes. Okay, now we have to do is cover the backs. Now, two of them we're going to make writing papers, and then one is going to be this image here. So let's figure out, I think we should put this image in the center. So that's going to be here. So let's go from here. Are we going to get all over? Let's get over a little bit. Make sure we get her all in there, all of her hair. So we'll cut it here. And then we'll cut it here. And then for the height, well, let's cut the width first. How pretty is that? I'm doing this quick, so I'm not sure. Look at that. And then we'll take a look at the, well, we've got a writing paper. Why am I inking the back? don't know why I turned it over and started inking the back instead of just turning the edge. Let's see how this goes. I think I could have inked more of the edges on the envelopes. Kind of help fill in a little bit more. I think if I had done one of these before, it might have come out a little bit neater. That's really pretty. You guys outdid yourself this time designing this kit. Or kits. Okay. Now I want to get this in the corner. Oh, there I go sniffling again. For goodness sake. How can I not line up a piece of paper? Okay. Now, you're probably not going to be able to fold this completely flat and put it in your book, because we're going to put some gems on it. Make sure our pockets are all on top. That would be a good idea. I think I accidentally glued that on that last one. My blue's not going to be here till later today. So I just have to be patient waiting for it to get all the way down to the bottom. And then that air bubble to come up. So what we want to do is we want to make this paper the paper that we create the back with, not this little piece of paper here that we used to cover the window, like I made the mistake of doing there, because we want the pocket to be as wide as it can be. Now watch, if these cards don't fit in here, I'm going to be very oh, I'm going to be upset. And we probably won't get all the decorating done. Wow. Oh, we need to seal this. Make sure I didn't go over too far with any of the glue. Oh, you can tell when I'm getting a little whatever. I just start throwing stuff around. And it's just so amazingly beautiful, the eyes. Okay, now let's see if our tags even fit. Yay. I could have cut this a little bit taller so the card went farther down in. Yeah, that one got glued. It's all right. There we go. In fact, I'm going to do that on this one too. Ah, much better. There we go. Okay, now all we have left to do is put some stuff on it. And let's see where we're at. Wow, we don't have very much time at all. All right, I think I'm going to veto these. I want to put this on the cover. I wanted to, but now I don't. It looks awful. It has all the colors in it, but it just doesn't look right. Let's get our lace. I think I'll go with this lace. Or should I go with the white? I've got some sorry, but now I don't know exactly where. If to make some little clusters, you could possibly do that, but so yeah, I think we'll do this, and then we'll put some bling along here. I really wanted to put something bigger in the front. We have a feather for the front as well, so any decorating we don't get done in the next 10 minutes or so, I'll just finish up. And then you'll see it in the photo. It'll be a photo op. I wonder if I should use the bigger lace. And the reason I'm using the white is because you're going to put the bling on it. And I don't want to use the coffee dyed with it. I don't know why, but I just don't. So we're going to run a bead of glue up here. And our lace that looks like hearts. I'll put that up here. And then we've got this bling here. Oh yeah, except for we're only going to use, should I do just the one strand? I don't know, we were going to bling it up, so let's use two. Why not? Let's just use two. And do that, and then we'll what if we used all three? If we push it over, thought I was going to have to trim a row off the bottom. Let me double check. I should have left it laying on its side. Now we're not going to be able to put as much bling on the inside pages, otherwise we won't be able to fold it flat at all. What happened there? I don't know why I did that. Got acetate everywhere and I got glue. I think the color of this goes well with, yeah, we are going to have to take a row off. Let's pull it tight. Part of it is this disarray, has me disjointed. I don't work well in a mess. There, I feel better. Let's save those. Okay, now let's see if this were the inside, let's say. Oh yeah, I think we can put this on every page. You guys know me, matchy matchy, can't help it. My life does not feel right without it. I think this is the one that we're not going to be able to, so we'll have to do something different because it's in the middle. Well, if we folded it the same way, we can put lace and bling up this edge. I just love these images. They look so fun and so happy and carefree. So I'm gonna put you guys on pause and do the other two with the lace and the bling, and then we'll come back and see what little pieces that maybe we could add on to bling it up a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna put you on hold. Okay, so I've got lace on here and I'll show you. I don't have these glued down yet. I put some sari silk inside the tops of all the tags. I have two of one color and one of the other. I may make them shorter, but when you move it, you know, they come down. I've got all this bling and the lace on each of the sides. I was surprised I was able to do that and have it fold flat. And then on here, I think I'm going to put these 4 pieces of bling on the 4 corners. And then I'm not sure what else to do. I'm not very good at clusters and this and that, and we really don't have very much room to work with. So I may just put gems on all 4 corners and say this is Terry's bling because Terry doesn't know how to do bling. But I think we'll go ahead and put these on here. If I can do it without dropping them on the acetate, that would be bad. Maybe I'll put the spot of glue on here. That's a better plan. And then if I drop the gem, it won't matter. I think that color stands out nice. Matches the blue, and then there's some purples. And I don't know if you can see in the light, but it looks blue and it looks purple. As we've gone over our allotted time, I don't like to go longer than an hour. People lose their minds, especially because when I concentrate, I forget to talk the whole time. I don't know how some people do it. They've probably just been at it longer than me, and they can do things without thinking. You know what I mean? Without having to think about it so much. It's just more second nature to them than it is to me. Okay, now we can make this pocket or this corner look a little less crooked by lining them up. And it kind of covers that corner. So there we have that. Now let's put our feather on. I made this by taking a bulb pin. I put 2 beads on it. Then I put the feather, just put the pin right through the shaft of the feather. It's not that hard. You have to kind of give it a good push, but it'll go through. And then I put 2 more beads on. And so let's see if I can get this on. It's a little hard sometimes for me with my hands acting all wonky like they do. Wow, I think I got it. Well, I'll have to redo it because it's not wanting to lay flat, and I know it will. I think I just need to trim the end of this a little bit. I think it was getting caught up in there. And you know what you could do too, if you have beads with big enough holes, you could probably slide a couple of beads on here too, and I may do that. I may take it apart and do that. So this is what our boho with bling looks like. Let me show you the rest. Let me show you through the house. So it goes like this. And you've got your writing area. And then you close it this way. And they have it this way. Oh, that's so pretty. I didn't put lace on this side. I forgot. I thought I was done. But I'm not. I have 2 more sides to put lace on and bling on. And then it'll be done. And I may put some of the blue bling on here. Maybe I'll put the lace in the blue bling and not the green on here, because I don't really want to cover up, you know, her face. Or maybe just one little row of green. I'm not sure. But anyway, that's how it works. Yeah, I got to do something with that arrow. I mean arrow, with that feather. They lays flatter now, but when you flip it around, it goes kind of crazy. So anyway, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.